Hello, I'm Brian Fox. Welcome to my channel, I Hate Rock Music. And today I want to talk about BARKMARKET. My apologies to anybody who watched my previous video on BARKMARKET. I got my videos mixed up and I apologize for that. So this is a repost. But anyway, let's get back to BARKMARKET. Incredible band, completely underrated and somewhat overlooked. And I think they're just giants of rock. And their sound has been described in a lot of ways. Components of alternative metal, components of industrial, and components of grunge. And I'm not really sure what to think of that. I just think they're just punishing. Their riffs are so massive and so good. Because that's the other thing. The riffs are not only massive, but they're really good riffs. And Dave Sardy is a master of the killer riff. And so the band is Dave Sardy on guitar, John Nolan on bass, and Rock Savage on drums. And he definitely is a savage on drums. They're as powerful a band as you could ever hear. And the rhythm section is killer, and they'd have to be to go through all the gyrations that Dave Sardy puts them through. And on top of that, he writes incredible cryptic lyrics, and he delivers them with a lot of panache and sometimes histrionic. But he's got a vocal palette all his own, and it really suits the band. And of course, he's the producer as well. And boy, you couldn't find a rock record that's better produced, particularly than the last two BARKMARKET records. So they started in 1987, and between 1987 and 1995, they put out a number of releases. So we're blessed with a whole bunch of BARKMARKET material. In 1987, they released the demo tape, and then in 1988, they released 1-800-GOD-HOUSE on cassette, and that's now available as a vinyl and a CD. 1989 came Easy Listening. 1992 came Vegas Throat, which has some contributions from New York art guitarist Mark Rebo. And then 1993, Gimmick. And then 1996, their magnum opus, Elron, which has to be heard to be believed. And in the middle of that, they released two EPs as well, 1994, Lard Room, and 1995, Peacekeeper. I guess some people describe them as having industrial elements because particularly on a couple of these EPs and interspersed on some of their records, there's definitely some just industrial noise pieces that complement their basic hard rock format pretty well. But they were the first band, as far as I know, that was signed to Rick Rubin's American Records label, and that says a lot. That this band would be the first band he signed to that label, and the quality that the label had in the years following that really says a lot. And I think Dave Sardy must have learned a lot from Dave Rubin as well, because Dave Sardy as a producer is unequaled. I certainly would want him to produce a record for me, and thought about that for quite a bit of time if I could have held my bands together. But Dave Sardy, of course, went on to produce System of a Down, Wolf Mother, Helmet, Quicksand, even big bands like Oasis, and he's done a lot of soundtrack work as well. And he also produced the amazing New York band Skeleton Key, and they definitely benefit by his incredible production. I'll be doing a separate video on Skeleton Key, a really amazing band as well. But BARKMARKET, wow, as I pointed out, Dave Sardy's production really brings out the qualities of the band better than probably anyone else could, and it's just a wall of sound, and the rhythm section is just so muscular that there's few records I can think of that are just so punishing, but punishing in a beautiful way, because these riffs are so wonderful. There's a slight hint of Led Zeppelin in there to me, just because the riffs are basically a cool classic rock riff, but they're just played so over the top and with so much distortion. It's really wouldn't be recognizable for the most part. but the way the band careens and crashes and thrusts is really something to be heard, and I think they're definitely one of the greatest bands that came out during the 90s. And as I pointed out in the beginning, it's really amazing that they're so overlooked. We're also blessed with the fact that they did a lot of touring. So when you go to the links below to check them out, I put all the albums on there, but there's some great live video of them. Not stellar quality, but just stunning performances. And then they did the John Peel show as well. And so there's a lot of extra material out there. So we're not wanting for BARKMARKET. Although it's interesting, there's a Facebook page called Bring Back BARKMARKET. So there's a lot of diehard fans out there that would love to see the band come back. And it's been a lot of years now. I can't imagine it, but I would certainly welcome it. If he can deliver the goods like he did with the original band, it would really be something to hear even now. And I don't think he would puss out. So anyway, BARKMARKET, wow. If you haven't heard them and you like big loud rock with lots of incredible guitar work and a punishing rhythm section, you're in for a treat. I'm still stunned even thinking about it. I'm gonna go listen to some BARKMARKET right now. I'm Brian Fox. Thanks for watching I Hate Rock Music.